Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see an earring video with this cubic zircon beads and the cube beads that we got from Sam's Bead Box. We already made one earrings with the same things, but not the cubic zircon, just the seed beads and the cube with the tagger. And then I also use the ring in this. So in this pattern also I'm using the same quick links from my stash. As you guys can see, I didn't use any 11 or seed beads. Instead I used the cubes and the cubic zirconia. This has turned out very pretty as well as this earrings. I really love these earrings. These are very lightweight and at the same time you make a statement. It's very unique. It's handmade, so obviously it shows, right? So the quick link, we need this is about, say, 16 millimeter, I think. So this is what it is. I need just 15 of seed beads. I'm using from my stash. I used it for that earring as well. And then this cubic zircon beads is a mix of beads. We received one strand. I pulled out the beads that I already used in this one so that it can match this. And size 12 beading needle and Mayuki thread is what you need. I'm using an arm span, not a wingspan but arm span of thread. So when you stretch your arm and then bring it up to your heart and then cut it, that's an arm span of thread. So I'm using a Mayuki thread, but you can use the KO, Naimo and everything. Even Fireline would work, but these cubic zircon crystals, I don't know if their hole is pretty strong or so. I prefer this for brick stitch earrings. I do prefer Naimo. Actually, Mayuki is my favorite, but Naimo is also will also work. So as the KO thread is also really nice. So it's a little bit difficult to thread in the camera, but I feel the Naimo is the most challenging to thread than any other thread for me. This should be a piece of cake, but not in camera, I guess. Okay, I shall thread it and come back because I'm not so sure as to why it's giving me so much of a hard time. There we go. So I did thread the needle. Now all you need to do is attach this cord to this winding, to the end of the cord. One end we have the needle, the other end we will attach this to this winding. So tie it a regular knot, overhand knot. So right over left, go through the loop that you created. That's your knot. Not a long tail. If you want, you can, but you can do the next one to be a surgeon's knot. Which is the same, but instead of going through the loop once, we will go through the loop twice. See, this thread is already conditioned. It's not like Naimo. For Naimo, I would suggest you use a beeswax and condition it nicely. Tighten that up. Now the cord is secured to our finding. Now all we need to do is take some cubes. So this is the order that I have here. So I picked out the beads in the order that I have in this pattern. I just followed some random order, so I'm just following the same order for this. It doesn't have to be that way, but I like it how this turned out to be. I picked out 2 of the cubes in the sky blue color or turquoise color. Okay, so this is a regular big stitch. So 2 beads come from underneath the link and then go through the second bead from the top to the bottom. That means where the thread is exiting, the opposite side. So this will make the bead sit on top. See, the first one is wobbly, so go down the first one and go up the second one. Okay, now both are fine. The next cube, I'm doing two beads per color. So after that I'm picking up a red. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm to go underneath. So for brick stitch, first we will pick 2 beads, and then after that it's only a single bead. Okay, pick 1 bead, drop it down right next to the previous one. See, my thread is exiting out in this direction. I go from the same direction through the bead again. That will create a loop for you. See that? Okay, I hope the blue thread is visible. So there we go. So from now on I will just move this over here so that it doesn't distract any of our pattern here. So pick up 1 bead, come back from down. See how I'm holding it in my hands? You can just go through that. See how it creates a loop? Then it makes a bead sit right next to it. Then goes the blue, the dark blue or the navy blue. Then go up through the bead. So it nicely sits on top of the link. I still have a lot more beads. I want to make a tassel bead, but I'm still contemplating as to how I want to make it. I want to make a brick stitch top, or I want to make a peyote round for the tassel. I haven't decided that yet. Oops, luckily I got it. So I already did 2 blues, so I don't have to do this. Then comes the metallic color. If you hold the bead with your fingers, then it's easy. So I will continue doing the same thing until I'm like, I want to do 3 sets of this 8 beads. Okay, I'll do that and then come back. I'll finish doing the first round and I'll meet you guys back. So here is I'm at the last bead. I need to add 1 last metallic bead to finish this off. So I pick up 1 last metallic cube, come back down holding the bead, then go up. Okay, so there's a slight gap, but we can adjust it because this is 3 repetition of the set. I don't want to make 1 more, so that will disrupt everything. So what I'm going to do here is, here if you see, I did this between the red bead, So I want to do the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm come back down through the black cube. This time I won't go through the ring. I am not going to go through the ring anymore. So I'm just adding this, pushing all the beads around, and so this red bead is the one that I want to add the beads through. I mean the top part wherein I will have the hoops. So here I have added 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 beads, 9 15 o's. You can also substitute with the 11 o's that you have in your bead box, but I feel that these are nice and dainty. So there is 5 6 7 8 and 9. I go up and come back through the same red bead right here. That will make a loop for us. So I go back again, and then I will reinforce a couple more, the same thing again and again, and I'll come back. So I reinforced a couple of times. You can see the loop. Right now my thread is exiting out in the bottom. I want to exit out through this this cube and one of the seed bead from our loop. Okay, and then so I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna take this cubic zirconia crystal 3mm bead, and then a 15 seed bead, and there is thread bridge between every bead in brick stitch, right? So the thread connects the bead. You can see that. You skip one of the thread bridge and go under the next second thread bridge. Okay, and then come back up through just the 15. Okay, can you see how it sits? That's what I want. Now again pick up the next cubic zirconia bead. If you don't have this, you can also do the same earrings with the beads that you have available in your stash. You can substitute this with a 3mm bicone, or even 2mm some bead. You can do that. See, I skip this one and go under the next thread bridge, and then go up through the just the 15. So the thread bridge, you have to skip one thread bridge, but it's okay if it is a long, for example this one, if I skip this and go to this, it's a long distance. Excuse me. In that case I won't skip the thread bridge. I will go through the next one itself, pick up one of this crystal and one of the 15. I catch the thread bridge right next to it, and it will even it out in the entirety. So you will see it will lay properly as we go by. So you have to gauge it, so it won't be accurate, because it depends upon how tight you have woven it and then everything. But this can be done in a brick stitch. So pick up one of the crystal, one of the 15, and catch the thread bridge, then go up through that. Just seeing whether I am doing it right or not. We don't need this anymore. Okay, then again the next crystal, a 15, and you can skip this one and go through the next one if you want to see how long it is, but that's okay. So now what we do is, yeah, this is the tail right there. The next one is a darker color. Now you can just do this. So this one has come out this way somehow. There we go. See how pretty this looks. I really like the way this turned out to be. The next one, pick up 2 beads, catch the next thread bridge, and then go up through that one. The next one will be the light purple is what I believe. $15. Catch the next thread bridge. Come back up. If the tail is bothering you, you can actually snip that off. And the cubic zirconia is a beautiful faceted bead. It's giving me a hard time to find a hole in it. It has a lot of cuts in the thing. It just flashes so much. I'm skipping thread bridge. I'm doing it as how I see fit for this. But remember, you will have to include the number of beads that we did. For the earring, that's the thing, right? If you're doing a free form, you should be able to accommodate the number of beads that you did for the other one. That's important. And I hope so this will be fine. So if I catch this one right here, one more, that's it. But I have 2 more, so I'm just gonna go here. Then the last one. $15. Actually, you know what? Not the $15, just the last one. And you catch this thread bridge. Okay. And I want this to actually I want to catch this thread bridge. Okay, and then come down through the seed bead. The first seed bead in the loop. So that's how it should be connected. But let me just go again and reinforce it, because that's a little bit weird. See how it goes and connects. So that we can do. Let's just push that a little bit down. And then come back again through that. We did a lot of passes, right, to reinforce the loop. That's why it's becoming difficult, but it's doable. Go up through the cubes. Cubes will have enough space for you to actually. Now you have a chance to tie the starting tail thread and the working thread, because they are at the same place. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just give this 1 and 2 knots. Since we are here, we can utilize that extra security. Other than that, we are going to do only half-inch knots. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and go through the next, come back down through the next, go through the next, up through my 15-0. Oops. Okay, now that this place is nice and settled, I can go through the beads randomly and catch the thread underneath and make myself a loop, go through that loop, tighten that up. That's a half-inch knot. Come back down through the bead and through the cube. Like the initial row is the only row that we did with the ring. Other than that, we just go through the bead and not the ring, because if you do that, you will have like a thread showing, extra thread showing, not, it won't be uniform. So that's the reason. So I come back down this, go up, come back down, go up, and come down, go up, go through the cubic zirconia, and then come down through that. So I will do that and do a couple of half-inch knots and then snip off both the cords. So now we shall take our beadsmith thread zapper, nicely warm it and hold it, then cut that off, and then you can use your thread zap to melt those together. There we go. Then I wouldn't recommend the lighter. Use the thread zap, otherwise you will zap the thread in places that you don't want to zap. So I have here 2 front shear wires. These are stainless steel ones, and I'll take my needle nose pliers, open up the loop, open up towards you, just like that, and add it to this seed bead loop that we created in the earring, and close it, moving it further away from you. So then open it up towards you, add this, and then close it up nicely. So here is our pretty earrings. I really like the way this turned out to be. This is a multicolor earring, so you can wear it for any outfit that you want, and this one also has that. And this one doesn't have the crystal though, the cubic zirconia though. It is just seed beads and the dagger and the cubes. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, go ahead and click on that heart symbol down in the description box below. Thanks written right next to it, and you can donate as much as you can to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.